Hey everybody, Werewolf 2112, and here we are with part 1 of the Nemesis series review, The Good. Okay, now, in all honesty, whenever I first saw this line, these were not the toys that I figured I would be happy with in the line. Of course, as you can see, it's Daredevil and the Punisher. And of course, as you can see, I've got the variants. Now, these toys really impressed me for some reason. I can't really describe it. We'll start with Daredevil. Now, as I said before, I have had a couple of other versions of Daredevil, and they were good. I can't complain, but I really like this version of Daredevil. He's got all the classic Marvel Legend articulation, the double elbows, the wrists, the double knees. So he's got, the ball joints in the hips and the shoulders, the single joints in the foot, the bicep swivel, the thigh swivel, the chest, the waist, the head. He's got all of the good articulation that a Marvel Legend needs, and on top of that, to me, this is the ultimate version. This is the best version of Daredevil they've released. Now, I know I'm going to get some people going, are you crazy? That face-off Daredevil was sweet. And it was. It was at the time. But this Daredevil I liked more. The Spider-Man Classics Daredevil was, I felt, was really too thin. The face-off Daredevil, which I believe was also released in the Urban Legends, or Urban Heroes pack, or whatever, the 4-pack. He was a little too bulky, and this one, it hits the nice middle stride, and it really looks good. The only complaint I would have is the different colored gloves and boots and belts and stuff, but even that doesn't really bother me because it highlights the character. It highlights little details, allowing them to pop out, and in all honesty, anytime that Hasbro's Marvel Legends wants to slap another or a different color on any of their figures, another coat of paint, I'm happy to deal with it. It doesn't bother me at all. The only complaint I would have is that if I would have had the first appearance version, the yellow and red version, the double D's on his chest right here, because they're actually engraved in the plastic, the yellow version, the yellow suit, has the same double D emblem on his chest. And that's not accurate. The original yellow and red costume had one big single D. But other than that, I mean, really, it's a fantastic toy, and it looks good sitting up there with my bullseye and stuff. So I really do like this figure. And from what I can tell, for the most part, it is a slightly remolded, I guess, Human Torch / Ronin series Johnny Storm figure. There are some details on it on the body that seem to be recast, remodeled, like the straps on the legs and the double D's and the belt buckle and stuff. But for the most part, it seems to be the same body style or body mold. And I know that the hands and gloves are reasonably well. I know this hand for sure is the same as the Human Torch. So still, it's pretty good, and he doesn't use that same body style that everyone complains about getting used. Now, the one I was actually most impressed with was this Punisher. Now, as I said, I don't like the Punisher. I've never liked the character. He's a guy with guns. It's not very heroic. I've always found him kind of a one-dimensional character, and like I said, I really don't like the character. But this toy, on the other hand, I really do like. From the paint detailing on the camo that this camera's not going to pick up, but there's like, 3 to 4 colors of paint on the camo pants. Look real good. The molding into the pants, all the wrinkles and stuff. The fact that he's still got the Marvel Legends style legs is really good. Now, he does have this one is camo green and stuff, and I can understand people not necessarily liking it, but I actually do. I think it really looks good. The black version of this, the regular version of this, I don't like the skull on the shirt. This one had the classic Punisher skull, but really whenever I bought the toy I didn't have a choice. This was the only version they had sitting on the shelves. What I really like though is the skull face paint on his face. I always thought whenever I was a kid that Punisher would look really good with his face painted up. And, you know, whenever they finally did it, and at least I imagine this was done in the comic book, and I see it in plastic form, it really does look good. It makes him look a lot more intimidating and scary than just some nut job with a gun, and kind of goes to conceal an identity. I mean, if you don't want people to know who you are, wear a mask or paint your face, you know. But the figure really, I was impressed. All the detailing, the texturing, and the shirt, the pants. And one thing that people might complain about, and it doesn't really bother me a whole lot, is that he doesn't have a pivoting wrist, and he doesn't have the double elbow articulation in the arms. But whenever it comes to flesh-colored arms, that really doesn't bother me, because I like the more uniform look of the little pivot and swivel elbow joint. It makes it look more uniform. You don't have all the stupid little nubs and things on the side of the arm, and it makes the figure look better, I will admit. Anyway, these were the two, as far as I was concerned, standout toys in the line. They were the ones that I was the happiest to open, or happiest whenever I got them open. Next we're going to be going over the meh toys, so go check that out.